What's up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to give you guys a simple ab routine that you can do that's going to help you sculpt and define your abs, as well as develop a nice solid core foundation and strength. So without further ado, let's get into it.
All right, to start this ab workout out, we're going to begin with a superset, starting with hanging leg raises. Hanging leg raises, when it comes to helping you build and develop your abs, they're going to be one of the best exercises that you can do. Hanging leg raises, they will tone and strengthen your abs and also will engage your upper body and hip flexors to help you perform the movement, involving more muscles to help you tone and build muscle even more effectively through your core. Hanging leg raises are challenging too, so if you have a weaker core, it may be a little bit too difficult for you to perform this, and if that's the case, just start with doing leg raises lying on the floor instead, and then progress your way up to hanging work as you get in better shape. Hanging leg raises are mainly going to work the lower part of your rectus abdominis, which are your six-pack muscles. And some key form tips you want to make sure you keep in mind while you're performing your hanging leg raises is the first, you want to make sure you keep from using too much momentum or swinging your body to raise your legs. You want to make sure that you're only using your lower core and your hip flexors to bring your legs up. You also want to make sure that you keep your core really tight and squeeze and contract your abs as you bring your legs up to help you keep you more stable. If you're doing leg raises laying down, you also want to make sure that you keep your hands out to the side. You don't want them to be like up under your butt in that way. Keeping them out to the side helps keep your abs and everything more active and engaged, which will help give you better results and better strength so that you can progress to your hanging leg raises. And we're going to start out by doing 15 reps on these. Then we'll take no longer than a 30-second to a minute break between this. And then after that, we'll go to the second part of the superset. And after we get done with that quick 30-second break, we're going to next jump into the cable crunch. The cable crunch is one of the more effective ab exercises that will develop and strengthen them. The cable crunch, unlike your standard crunch, allows you to add greater resistance to the abs and keeps more tension on them through the full range of motion, making them more effective for developing and strengthening them. The main muscles you're going to target in the cable crunch is going to be, for the most part, your rectus abdominis and that upper portion of it. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind while you're performing your cable crunch. First, you want to make sure that you keep your back rounded through the crunch. Keeping your back rounded as you crunch is going to give you a much better activation and flexion in your abs as you crunch, so you're going to get much better results. You also want to make sure that as you're crunching, to make sure that you're pulling with your abs as you contract them instead of using your arms and momentum to get the resistance down. This is going to ensure that you're keeping all the tension and focus on the abs as you're crunching. And you want to make sure that at the bottom of the crunch, you hold for about 2 to 3 seconds, or at least until you feel your abs contract, so that you can get much better ab development and results while performing your cable crunches. And on these, we're going to do 20 reps. And then after that, we'll take another 30-second break and go right back to the top of the superset with the hanging leg raises and repeat this for 5 sets. And then after we're finished with that, we'll move to the second part of this ab workout. All right, and to finish this core workout out, we're going to do high-low cable rotations. High-low cable rotations are one of the best exercises for developing the obliques. The constant tension provided through the cable wood chop enhances the oblique and core activation, giving you better core development and more functional core strength. Main muscles we are going to target in the high-low cable rotation is going to be the internal and external obliques. And some key form tips you want to keep in mind while you're performing them is, first, you want to make sure you don't lock your knees and hips in place as you rotate. You want to fully rotate, allowing your lower body to turn with it to give you a much better activation and power through your rotation. You want to be sure to keep your arms straight on the rotation as well. You don't want to have them bending, you want them straight out. And at the bottom of the rotation, you want to hold for at least until you feel your oblique activate, and then slowly back to the starting position to get better engagement and development in the obliques. So I recommend holding for at least about 2 seconds. And on these high-low cable rotations, we're going to do 15 reps on these, and we're going to do 5 sets to finish out this ab workout.
All right, that's going to be it for this ab routine. And I want to make sure to reiterate, when you're going through and you're trying to sculpt your abs, of course, doing this routine is going to be something that helps. But the biggest thing when it comes to developing and especially seeing the abs that you're working so hard for is you're going to have to cut down your body fat. So along with doing this routine, making sure that you're dieting well and making sure that you're keeping your cardio and things up to ensure that you're burning enough fat and that your body fat percentage is low enough so that you'll actually see the abs that you're working on is going to be important. So just want to make sure I told you guys that. Before we get out of here, I just want to give you guys this verse.
This verse is Philippians 4:6-7, which says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus."
I want to give you guys that verse, man, because, in the same way how we're working on building our abs and our core strength and foundation, I believe that one of the core things in helping you, develop your life and your relationship with God and to be able to see everything that God has for you, prayer is one of those things that I believe is one of the most important things that you should have a part of your life that will help you not just develop you and yourself, but develop your ability to trust God, to hear God, to talk with God, see what He has for your life, see what direction and things He may be taking you. Without prayer, it's going to be so hard for you to really see the fullness that God has for you. So I just want to encourage you with that, man, the same way you're building up your core foundation to really establish a prayer life. If it's just starting out with 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is that you want to do, consistently talking to God on a daily basis, I believe is so important. And I believe when you start to do that, you will see great things happen for you in your life and your relationship with God. So just wanted to leave you guys with that. All right, guys, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, definitely be sure to leave a like. Definitely be sure to comment, man. Any questions, feedback, concerns, would love to connect with you guys. So leave all that in the comments. Definitely be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification as well, as I'm always uploading new content every week to help you improve your physique, your health, your wellness, and your faith through the foundations of fitness and a relationship with God. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of that new content. And be sure to check out some of my other content as well. I'll leave some links in the description to some other things that I think will further help you in your fitness and wellness journey. And again, man, I just want to thank you guys for tuning into this video, and I'll see you in the next one.